already year to date, there have been more murders than there were in the entire 2016 year in St. James. And the year is not yet finished. And it is clear that despite the effects of the zone of special operations, that violent crime continues unabated in those sections of the parish not included in the zone. We in the People's National Party support the call for a national plan of action as far as crime is concerned. Crime is an issue that should transcend any political divisions in the country. It is an issue where all of us should be prepared to commit to finding effective solutions. And we certainly are prepared to participate in any dialogue locally in St. James and nationally with the government and other stakeholders in the private sector, the trade unions, civil society, to ensure that there is a plan of action around which all Jamaica can unite and which will have the effect of bringing about a reduction in crime and a more harmonious social and economic environment in which our citizens can operate. Based upon the discussions that we have had here, we also think that there is urgent need for what I might call a special task force involving all the critical elements of the security forces, the JCF, MOCA, the JDF, that sets out to identify, build the evidence, apprehend and convict those persons who are the leading purveyors of violent criminality and murder at the present time. Those are lessons that Jamaica has learned in its past. Simply put, that the best and most effective method of reducing violent crime is to identify those responsible and bring them to book and convict them before the courts and take them off the streets. And that certainly is something that is most urgently needed at the present time. We have received reports from members of this community also that there is a apparent breakdown in the public order situation here in St. James. This needs to be urgently addressed so that you can have basic order restored, because it is evident not only in Jamaica but from all other countries that serious crime thrives in an atmosphere of general social disorder. And so if you restore order, then you have the greater prospect of being able to isolate the serious criminals and ultimately apprehend them. But beyond those immediate short-term measures, which are very much required here in St. James, I think there is need for longer-term measures to be put in place. The improvements to the mobility of the security forces, they need motor vehicles and other resources, intelligence gathering resources, technologies to be utilized that can assist in raising conviction rates. There is need for an effective plan to allow cases to be heard more speedily in the courts. There is need for us as a country to identify a legislative agenda which the entire parliament, both sides, can support, which will assist the security forces in being more effective in apprehending criminals. And there is need for straight financial resources to make all these things happen. We need to ensure that adequate resources are being utilized, and certainly that will require in turn a reduction of waste and misspending within the government sector overall. We are prepared to commit to being a part of any viable, rational, and effective solution. We have said oftentimes that the fight against crime is not something on which we should divide, whether politically or on any other basis in the country. The survival of the country, certainly the survival of Montego Bay, is now at stake, and it requires a united effort. So I want to thank you all once again for hearing us, and to commit to you that we are prepared to come anytime to participate in any discussion, to lend our support in any way feasible to try and address the problem here.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. I'd like to also thank our media partners for joining us this afternoon.